I've encouraged other people to read the Bible, and I don't know what percentage of people who have laid the Bible down and said, well, you know what, I'm not sure it works. Look at all this. I don't know. Where is God? And I think a lot of folks have asked that question, where is God? Where is God in this pandemic? Where is God in this and that? In other words, everything has been so radicalized in so many different ways, whether it's a lifestyle or whatever it might be, that if you don't have anybody to talk to about it and you don't know the Lord, you've got a major problem. If I don't trust Him, I have a major problem. It affects everything in my life. If I do trust Him, it also affects everything in my life, but on a positive side.
So we have to trust the character of God.
Yes.
And who He says He is. And it sounds like you've had to personally really hone into that, even though you've pastored. You know, I've talked about 2020 being such a personal thing to everybody. We've all had to walk it out in my life, a very personal way. And it's not you and your congregation. You've got this big word for them, and you know, you've had to own it all. Everything that you've preached probably over the decades of your life, you've had to own during this season. And it's probably changed your perspective about some things, yes?
It's made me more empathetic
Yeah.
with other people and where they're hurting and how they're hurting. And, you know, I used to get up, put on my clothes, dress up, and fired up and go preach and come home. And so I've had to ask myself the question, now, was that a habit that made you be able to do all of that, maybe not as sympathetic as you should have been or empathetic as you should have been? And so it's made me rethink my whole attitude toward telling others how wonderful Jesus is. Mm-hmm. Now, what do I think? In other words, when I don't have any place to go and I don't have anybody and things are not as wonderful as they used to be. Now, has God changed? Well, no, I know He hasn't. But can you still trust Him? It's a big question for a lot of people. In other words, when everything's going your way and you've got lots of friends, a big church, this, that, and the other, but can you trust Him when you walk into an empty church and it's not going to fill up? So I think we begin to face reality, not according to our profession or our calling in life, but according to what life's really all about.
So it feels like you're somewhat, Dr. Stanley, preaching to yourself. It feels like this message has had to be filtered through you then to the pages of this book and to our audience that's watching right now. Was that hard for you?
Well, I don't know whether it was, I'm sure it was a little difficult because it's one thing to study all week long and then you let it all flow on Sunday. But I could study all week long and then do what? I mean, that was a real challenge to me.
Yeah.
And so I've encouraged other people to read the Bible, and I don't know what percentage of people who have laid the Bible down and said, well, you know what, I'm not sure it works. Look at all this. I don't know. Where is God? And I think a lot of folks have asked that question, where is God? Where is God in this pandemic? Where is God in this and that? In other words, everything has been so radicalized in so many different ways, whether it's a lifestyle or whatever it might be, that if you don't have anybody to talk to about it and you don't know the Lord, you've got a major problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you believe we're living in the last days? Or the end times?
I believed that a long time, that we're living in the last days.
Yeah.
So I finally had to come to the conclusion, well, Lord, at my age, it's getting to be the last days. But I don't know when Jesus is coming, but whenever He decides to come, I'm available.
At TBN, our mission is to use every available means to reach as many individuals and families as possible with the life-changing gospel of Jesus Christ.
Thank you for helping make the gospel of grace go around the world.
Without you, we couldn't do it. God bless you.